At a cost of $14 billion, China helped Africa build a railroad, but why does it make Australia uneasy? Not long ago, China announced a very shocking news. That is, China successfully bought part of the mining rights of the world's largest iron ore. In the next few years, China will get 60 million to 80 million tons of iron ore resources every year on average. At the same time, after Australia loses the Chinese market, it will also lose nearly $100 billion every year. So, what is going on? Well, it turned out that China helped Africa build a railroad, and then, Africa has given China the right to mine world-class iron ore in return. Since there are so many benefits, why did the Australia and the US rather give up fighting for this mining right than go to Africa to help build this project? How much has China benefited from this project? This railway is the Dapolon-Santa Railway, with a total length of about 125 kilometers. It is the first modern railway built in Guinea. In the construction process, all Chinese standards, Chinese technology, and Chinese equipment are used. So why did Australia give up on building this railway? In fact, the biggest difficulty in the construction process was not the harsh environment in Africa and the epidemic that swept the world at that time, but the cost. Hearing this, you may be puzzled. Guinea is a country rich in mineral resources. Why is there a cost problem? This is precisely because Guinea's traffic conditions are particularly poor, and the ore resources cannot be shipped out and cannot be sold for money. Therefore, they desperately needed a railroad that would turn their resources into cash. Due to cost issues, most of the expenses incurred by the railway construction must be paid by China at its own expense, and then Guinea will pay the project funds in installments. However, as the world's largest bauxite exporter, Guinea has countless bauxite mining sites, and its proven bauxite reserves are high, ranking first in the world. Once the railway is completed and the mineral resources are transported out in time, Guinea's revenue will be far more than 14 billion. However, in addition to the construction of more than 100 kilometers of railway, Guinea requires the construction of 21 bridges, 2 tunnels and 6 stations in this railway. At the same time, this railway is different from ordinary passenger railways. It does not carry people, but minerals, which poses a huge test for the load-bearing capacity of the railway. Due to the weak local industrial base, many special materials cannot be purchased locally. In order to solve this problem, China dispatched land and air transport to deliver construction materials to Virginia on time, which in turn increased the cost to a certain extent. The second biggest difficulty is the problems they met during the construction. The tunnel of the Dapolon-Santa Railway is the first tunnel built in Guinea. There is no domestic experience for reference. Due to the poor soil-bearing capacity of Guinea, the tunnel is very prone to collapse. In order to solve the problem, China sent hundreds of top domestic construction experts to Guinea for on-site technical guidance, and also brought a lot of advanced machinery from China, such as the bridge erecting machine independently developed by China. However, in such an environment, the Chinese engineering team made a lot of construction plans, found a step-method construction technology suitable for Guinea, and solved the problem of tunnel construction. In addition, the Dapolon-Santa Railway also encountered many problems during the construction process. Guinea is located near the equator, with high temperature, frequent rainy seasons, muddy construction routes, inconvenient vehicle traffic, and threats from local pests and wild animals. It is a tough challenge for Chinese construction teams who are not used to tropical climates. In addition, due to the epidemic and the raging Ebola virus in the local area, workers must pay attention to their own safety issues while carrying out engineering projects. But even though the environment is so difficult, the hard-working Chinese construction team has done a good job in self-protection, and the construction work at hand has not been delayed at all. China's infrastructure has made great achievements, but why does it make Western countries worried? In fact, this dazzling achievement of China is one of the key points of the construction of the Belt and Road Strategy, which marks the China's 21st century maritime Silk Road, has reached the stop of West Africa. Actually, the Dapol-on-Santa Railway is not the first railway built by China in Africa. At present, there are many railways built by China on the African continent. The Tanzania-Zambia Railway, which was built in the 1970s to connect Tanzania and Zambia, is the first railway built by China in Africa. In addition, there are the Abuja-Kaduna Railway, the Lagos-Ibadan Railway, the Addis Ababa-Djibouti Railway, and the Mombasa-Nairobi Railway built in Kenya, which are also witnesses of China-Africa friendship. At present, China is losing money to help Africa build railways, which has caused many Chinese complaints. But in the long run, the African market is very promising, which is of great significance for China to develop the African market and will greatly promote the development of Chinese mining companies in Africa. After the completion of the railway construction, Guinea sold the mining rights of the Simandou iron ore with the largest reserves in the world to China, and now China is working with Guinea to jointly develop this iron ore. The Simandou iron ore is by far one of the largest iron ore mines in the world, with reserves of up to 10 billion tons. If China can develop the Simandou iron ore stably for a long time, then Australia's iron ore resources may not be so important to China. This speculation has also been recognized by many experts. At present, special vehicles from China to Simandou iron ore have been opened. According to forecasts, the annual output of Simandou iron ore may even exceed 150 million tons in the future. In recent years, China's demand for minerals has become increasingly strong. However, the iron ore reserves in China only account for 7% of the world's total, and China must spend a lot of money to import from abroad. It is also because of China's high dependence on iron ore that China is very passive in this regard. However, this situation suddenly changed after Guinea handed over its domestic mineral development rights to China. So, after the completion of the Dapol-on-Santa Railway, Australia was panic. China is Australia's largest iron ore importer, and China's iron ore imports from Australia in 2020 alone will account for 70% of China's total iron ore imports. But Guinea's decision means that Australia's trump card iron ore is no longer useful, and China is no longer subject to Australia. In fact, it is not that China cannot do without Australia, but Australia's iron ore cannot be separated from China. Only maintaining normal trade between the two sides is their best choice. On June 20, 2022, it has been the first anniversary of the opening of the Dapol-on-Santa Railway. With the order of the mine duty officer, the train safely and smoothly left the mine station. Up to now, the cargo volume of the Dapol-on-Santa Railway has exceeded 10 million tons in 2022, which has doubled compared to the annual cargo volume target of 5 million tons last year. The completion of the Dapol-on-Santa Railway has not only further strengthened the friendly relations between China and Africa, but also proved to the world that China has a friendly foreign policy and strong strength in infrastructure technology. Okay, that's all for today. Please put your comments below and share your insightful ideas with other people. Thank you so much for your continuous support. Hot Topics time to explore the wisdom behind the news. We will see you in the next video.